Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine with this week's web fishing report. I'd like to start things off this week by letting you know that we added a great new article at thefisherman.com entitled Fine-Tuning the Penn 706Z. This is an in-depth article that addresses replacing and upgrading some of the internal components of the Penn 706Z spinning reel for even better performance in the surf. I'd also like to take a moment to thank everyone who came out to see us at the New England Saltwater Fishing Show in Providence, Rhode Island this past weekend. As always, it was a great show and I look forward to returning again next year. Moving on to the reports, I'm going to start off in Connecticut, where the main topic of conversation was the closure of much of the state's trout-stocked waters this past Sunday. Now, this doesn't mean that every trout water in the state is closed, however, the vast majority of them are closed going forward. Some of the catch and release TMAs remain open, as well as some of the trophy lakes across the state. For example, Candlewood Lake remains open through the end of March before closing until opening day, which, by the way, has been pushed back 1 week, so we're 1 week earlier this coming April. It's the second Saturday of April as opposed to the third Saturday in Connecticut in past years. Also, everyone I talked to said there's been some pretty good ice fishing still going on. The coves along the Connecticut River are still producing panfish, and we're just getting to that time frame where the pike start to get really active. Usually word of a few really big pike taken in the month of March. Moving on to the Rhode Island, talked to a few of the guys, the cod boats at the Rhode Island Fishing Show this past weekend, and they were excited to say they're finally getting back out on the water. Fingers crossed that this is the extended outlook, but Mother Nature finally loosened up her grasp. Boats were able to get away from the dock, and they found lots of fish out on the cod grounds off of Block Island. Unfortunately, seems to be dominated by much smaller fish than what we had before the weather rolled through. However, the boats are getting tons and tons of fish, so it shows, if nothing else, that there is a good body of fish in the area. Just a matter of time until they get back on the bite with the bigger fish. Then on up in Massachusetts, once again it's all about ice fishing. Again, at the Rhode Island show this past week, and some of the guys I spoke to, some of the shops, as well as some of the subscribers that live up on the Cape, told me that some of the lakes are still showing 12, even 15 inches of safe ice on them. So they should have a somewhat extended ice fishing season going forward. Then back over on the mainland, same thing, plenty of ice. One item, no, a lot of that snow that's been hampering fishing action lately. While the parking areas are still a little bit difficult, once you get out onto the lakes, the snow is a little bit more hard packed, compressed. It makes at least traveling around a little bit easier. So I guess there's a little bit of a positive on the horizon. So there you have it. That's this week's fishing report. I'm Toby Lapinski for the New England edition of the Fisherman magazine, wishing you tight lines on the water.
To receive the latest fishing reports, subscribe to the Fisherman's YouTube page. Click subscribe, then click the settings button and check Send Me Updates. You'll now receive notifications of the latest Fisherman YouTube videos and reports. If you're already a subscriber, make sure you've checked Send Me Updates in the settings so you receive the latest notifications.